to another episode of Tiny Canadian Living Self-Sustaining Series, Episode 4, Canning and Dehydrating. One of the 9 benefits of canning is health. Now, health is very important. We all know that. But BPA, which is a chemical that is often found in plastics and residues and naturally leaks into the food. But what you don't know is a lot of commercial products actually have the BPA right in it. So canning your own is actually really awesome because it gives you that little extra incentive as a home cooker, as well as a parent, that when you do your own canning, that your children won't be getting the BPA residue in. You also won't get, you'll get preservative-free foods that contain no harmful additives or preservatives or pesticides. So nothing harmful. That's mainly why a lot of individuals like myself, why we can, as why we have no problem giving it to children, because you know what? It's quality, it's good, eco-environmental. An environmental impact is literally at a minimum where you can your own. What I mean by that, normally, if you go to the grocery store, you see multiple cans. Well, it takes a plant to actually make a lot of that, and that's actually making a lot of carbon monoxide as well as other harmful toxins into the air and waste of power, pretty much. You're literally going from your kitchen to your pantry versus a lot of grocery stores travel from here, till it actually hits your grocery store. So really, by the time you get home, you use more. So this actually makes it a lot easier. Also, remember, mason jars are reusable. All jars are technically reusable. Even if you had a jar of relish, you bought it from the corner store, and you washed it out, you could still technically use some parts of canning. Number 3, financial. Buying produce in season is a lot cheaper than just buying it when it's not in season. Like, we all know, in winter, bananas don't grow. They just don't. Buying that is a little expensive. Buy it when the climate's right. The season's dead on. Oh, and those delicious jams that you see in the grocery store all the time, they're so delicious. You're like, you want them, but they're a little too much of that. Literally, you can make them for a little of the pocket change. Yeah, they're really easy to make. It's 4 benefit, I would say, is your ego boost. And the reason I say it's an ego boost, because you feel so accomplished. Like when I'm canning, I feel like I'm like a hero, I'm, the passion that is going into building it. At the same time, that feeling of accomplishment when they're sitting there, cooling down, and you hear the ting of the lids, that means they're fully ready. And, you could literally do this by holding just the lid. If it doesn't fall off, it means it's fully pressured, and that means the lid doesn't come up and down, which means it's good to go. That is the most amazing sound when you hear it. When you hear ting, 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 ting. Of all your dishes being done properly. I highly suggest lots that, if you do garden already, preserving your personal harvest. So many cucumbers. You got a bunch of them. You don't know what to do with them. Nobody's taking them. You're afraid they're going to rot. Pickles. Just can them right there on the spot. You got a large harvest and you still got plenty to go. Throw them in. 6. Gifts. Nothing says I love you like giving a person a fresh can of applesauce. It makes it really nice for Christmas time and different holidays, and even just a birthday or an anniversary gift. It's the thought that's awesome about it. 7. Quality. It's not a personal preference, and it's not a self-delusion. No commercially canned product tastes as good as homegrown, harvest in the season, or 3 homemade preserved. What you get from selecting the best quality, your choice, you're seeing it at its full potential, and then canning that, way more actually on what is actually going to come out of the can. A lot of commercial places literally just throw anything in just to get more product. Some of the product that you're actually buying is not guaranteed quality at high and or it could be like there's a little bit of high, there's a little bit of low, slasher together. There, it's medium. So that's benefits to canning. 7 benefits to canning. Now I'll go over a couple different methods that are actually really good to help you with canning. There's 2 safe ways for canning. There's pressure cooking, and then there's water bath. Now, water bath is a lot used for your jams, your jellies, your preservatives, your tomatoes, fruits, pickles, pretty much the small little stuff, awesome stuff. As for pressure cooking, now that's designed for like doing your tomatoes and doing your meats, your poultry, and your seafood. So there is a difference between the two. And literally water bathing, I'll show you this in this video very shortly. We will be doing some water bathing. So I will be glad to show you those. Pressure cooking, I don't own a pressure cooker, so we don't often use the pressure cooker. But I'm going to be talking to a friend that I usually lend it or borrow it from them, and they lend it to us for a while just to do our pressure cooking. So yeah, so stay tuned. Coming right up. Okay, everyone, we are going to currently can pears. Nice smell of a pear when you cut right into it. Now, a lot of people, when they make pears, sometimes they like to peel them. But I guess I'm not lazy, just more efficient. I don't see the point. So what I'm doing in here, this bath that I'm just throwing them in, is actually a lemon water bath. And this is just to help keep it from discoloring during the canning process. And the bowl that I'm throwing them into is literally compost. So this will go out to our composter for the garden. When you're doing this, you mainly want to keep an eye on discoloration. Cut it off because it's a canning process. You don't want to have that going into the canning. If anything you're just not sure about, it's better not to chance it. Look it up. If you can't find it, I wouldn't chance it. Go with the gut feeling. We're going to speed up right here. Here we go. We're going fast. Alright, so the pears are starting to look very soaked in there. I'll change the video for you. You can see the apples as they go. Bring it back, guys. So this pear, it doesn't look like a pear, right? But it is a pear. What you actually see a lot of times in commercial stores is a lot of pears like this just get thrown away. Literally, they don't even get sold or used or anything. A lot of times they get thrown away. And I don't see really anything wrong other than a couple, looks like a hole here. There's a few other pears that are not perfect, and like these would never come in. You just cut around the edge and it's still a pear. So. Alright, well, I'm going to stop recording here, and I'll bring you back when we're done cutting. Alright everyone, so I brought you back. We're all done cutting, so now they're all sitting in the lemon water soak. Right here is where you want to give it about 2 to 3 minutes do soaks so that you don't get a discoloration during the canning process. This also gives you time to, if you missed any certain spots where it looks like you don't want to use, this gives you time to see. So, but yeah, we'll come back in about 3 minutes. So stay tuned. All right, so here we have a bunch of different jars. Not all of them are mason jars. Some of them are actually pasta jars, or often cheese whiz and old pickling jars. Works about the same method. When we get into this bathing thing, you will boil these and then you put them on, and then the section, you immerse them in water and then you pull them out. And it usually takes anywhere from a few hours to 8 hours, and you hear this sound, but on a very high pitch when the air is being pushed up. All right, so we'll come back to this after. All right, everyone. So I've already started to can. Sorry, I didn't bring you through the procedure of that. So pretty much all you really do is you would pop the lid off, right? And you put the pears or apples in, whichever one you're using, and you give it about that much from the top. So right about here, it's filled up with water, and then you put the lid over it, and yeah, but the lids you actually boil when you put them in hot boiling water. That's just to help sterilize it, as well as this. Oh, and then it goes into the water bath, which is what we have right here. As you see right there, it's currently sitting in there, and it will be in there for about 30 minutes, and then we will pull it out, and we have then a fresh can of pears that are ready whenever you prefer. One is it tastes great. Dehydrated food is just food with just the moisture in it. That's pretty much all it is. It's the same thing, just dried out. Without moisture to water down the taste of food. That is, and leaves, and when it takes the water out, it leaves it actually rich and delicious. 2, less expensive. Yeah, this is going to be a surprise for everybody. But processed snacks like your fruit roll-ups, your fruit snacks, and just little things like that, and just to start it off, are like almost $5 for a box of 12 little snacks. No, sorry, of 6 snacks with maybe about 6 candies in it, or 6 fruit snacks inside each one. That's kind of expensive for the price of a lot of things like, as for fruit roll-ups, you can literally blend it down. So this practice will help you actually get in the habit of actually replacing them. Instead of buying processed snacks, you can actually make it and cost you less, being frugal. Also not being cheap, but also push the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, whichever cent you actually have in this world, pound, a little further. 3. All natural. And when I say natural, when you buy a snack, you don't know what's in them. You really don't know what's in them. You can literally look at the ingredients, but it'll come down to the final ingredients. You won't know what's in it. Most snacks actually have sugar added as a dehydrator. Or sugar is actually a lot of times added to dehydrated fruit. But when you make your actual own fruit, you can actually choose what you want to add in it. Like, I love how I'm talking about this, and then I'm drinking a Pepsi. You dehydrate, you can literally put what you want, what spices you want, what sugar you get to add to the fruit or vegetable that you're dehydrating. First is number 4, portable. Now, portable, I mean, it can be difficult to find healthy foods when you actually want to get healthy foods and you're out on the belt. That is a lot harder to find, and it's also more time consuming to find it. However, healthy foods on the go are a great snack for children, especially sitting in the back. Or when you're driving, it's harder to eat an apple versus if you had them in a bag. you could sit there eating apple chips. You know, more focus on driving. 5, reduces waste. Now, get this one. U.S. alone go through about $165 billion worth of food waste a year. Not 10 years, not 5 years, 1 year. $165 billion worth of food. Ridiculous. You know what we often do in our house is for food waste, if we can't can it and can't dehydrate it, often we actually either send it to the compost or we put it in a bag in our freezer that we will turn into soup. Alright, here we're going to start cutting up the cucumber. Okay, so this is a cucumber from my cousin Jerry's yard, and when I was feeling it earlier, I felt a little squish right here. So right here I feel like it's starting to get soft. So what I'm going to do is cut it up, and then we're going to add it to the bath, and then it's going to go right on over to the dehydrator. So here we go, let's get started. Cut the ends. This is what I normally do, because I will normally put these into a different kind of bath. Well, that and Ricky usually walk by and tries to steal it, so this gives her the opportunity to steal the pickle, or cucumber. So try to go with thin slices as possible. Now I'll speed it up right here for you. Alright, now we're on to the next part. I'll put these off to the side. Bada bing, bada boom, there we go. Alright, no sad. I've added a little bit of garlic powder to it, some salt, and some pepper. So what you do is I just flap it on top, and then I flap it over, just like so. Try to shake enough of the excess off. And then we just put it on the dish, like so. So just like that. And I do this just because it helps with some flavoring. It's kind of really nice with some chips. Some more garlic there. It doesn't have to be completely coated, eh? So don't try to make it perfect if you're ever trying to make this. And here we go, the last one. Try to get as much of the garlic on it so it's not a waste. There we go. Let's put some salt over this. There we go. Alright, now onto the fun part. So I normally try to keep it at 170 Fahrenheit, 70 Celsius. So what we do is we're going to load this now, and I'll bring up, turn it on, and what it does is it starts pumping hot air from here and will circulate it out. I'm just going to give it a quick wipe down. There. But all we do is take our cucumber chips, put them on top of that, grab yourself the lid, slap it on like that, and you walk away and wait for a few hours. So in a few hours we'll come back and check on it. Alright, hey everyone, how's it all going? So what you're seeing right here is it's now 3 o'clock and they are pretty much almost, some of them are almost done. So here I'll give you kind of a, so that was a cucumber with garlic on it. It still is garlic, but now it's a dehydrated cucumber. You probably notice how it's almost done. Yeah. This one's very close. It's almost in crunchy style. I am dehydrating them with a bunch of potatoes as well. So these are potato chips. They're dill potato chips. So similar bath, but with salt, pepper, and dill. But the bottom ones are definitely garlic. So we'll have to see what happens. It's only 3 o'clock right now, so a few hours have passed. And let's come back in a few hours and we'll see. Alright everyone, so these are the chips now that the cucumbers are completely done. As you can tell, the sound of it. Right. They actually sound like they're crunchy. And that's cucumber chips. There's a little bit of garlic, salt, and some pepper. So there you are.